Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Gracious good morning to you good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do and you know why I do it. It is Wednesday morning. It is June 18th and it's 4:22 in the AM. Peep this, y'all. You ever been driving and something comes on the radio and you want to slam on your brakes and just say to yourself, what did they just say? Now, I know I'm old. Yeah, I'm going to claim that. I am old. I know I was raised with some very old-fashioned values. So I'm constantly, just assessing what I've learned and is it true, is it valid, does it apply, to these days and times, and what do I need to adjust? I'm constantly, hitting that. But there's some things, I want to say self-worth, value, self-esteem. There's some things that just are not for sale, but they seem to be, up for debate and for sale based on our music choices or what we allow, to come into our what I want to call sacred spaces. And I had that, like I said, once in the car where I just like, huh? Now, I heard the song a million times, but the other day I actually heard this song beyond the beat. How about that? That's what I want to say, beyond the beat. Okay? Because most of us get caught up on the beat, It's a catchy dance tune, so you find yourself doing the Carlton. Yeah. Hey, forget I just did that. What's that little thing they use in Men in Black? Flash. Anyway, let me just get into what I heard the other day. And then somebody used this other song because I went down the rabbit hole of videos. I follow a few people on TikTok and this video popped up and it was the background music for another video that was linked to, or I don't know if it was linked to, well, it was part of the chain of videos that I watched. Okay, so the very first song I heard in the car, excuse me again, a little ditty called Shoddy by Plies and T-Pain. And basically, the lyrics are about a woman who is in a relationship, albeit dysfunctional, but she's stepping out with somebody else that's doing all the so-called things that her man won't do. Yeah. That just didn't sit well with me. If the relationship is dysfunctional, it's not working for you, why are you in it? And most of us do this because, there's, I want to say a low-level emotional attachment, but it's more of material presentation. And if it's not that, it's just that you don't want to look stupid, not realizing that you look stupid stepping out. A while back, I found myself attracted to an individual, and I became an emotional, and on some levels a physical contortionist, trying to just be that presence. And then he did something to let me know that I will always be considered second best, that I'm always going to come in second place, that I'm always an option. I'm not a priority. I'm not a choice. And in their apology, one, it was less than stellar. I'm sorry that you think I hurt you. You think. Sit with that for a minute. No, I told you you did. But even after my telling you, I'm still not a priority. It has to be diminished. My pain has to be diminished in order for you to feel validated. That kind of thing. Yeah, and then I wouldn't have done blah, blah, blah. And then there's some blame attached to the assignment. And I can take the blame attached to the assignment because, yes, I was not always 100. I was not always on. That's my ownership, yes. At times I was less than stellar. But here's the but. You're blaming me for my response to your disrespect and gaslighting. But because you can't take ownership and accountability for the lies that were told. Because your major statement was, I don't want to lie. Now, hindsight, I want to say they were so damn good at it. You don't want to do it. But it's so deeply ingrained in your nature. You don't even recognize it as lying until you're held accountable. That part. So yeah, I'm listening to the lyrics and to the song Shoddy. And okay, so this sister is stepping out in the song because this new dude is drama filled. And this new dude is talking about the things he has you trained to do. No diddy. Or every diddy. Should I put it like that? Yeah, I said it. Because that's what this song is about. But because it has a catchy backbeat, we're gigging to it. Imagine dancing to your defilement. And a lot of us have that, what's her name? Salome. A lot of us have that Salome characteristic and trait in us. Notice I said us. Because I don't want to single anybody out. We all have things that we've danced with till we realized that it was toxic. Now, the second song that I heard this morning, never really paid any attention to it again because it had a catchy backbeat, Remember American Bandstand when they rated a record? It's got a good beat, it's easy to dance to. That part. Listen to these lyrics. Now, I'm going to try to be as polite as possible. When you get off of work, I'll be ready to go in the Rari. And when we get home, we'll have our own private party. Every ditty. You know, you're supposed to say no ditty or no whatever. Yeah, every ditty. Says, so I don't worry about the things they do or say. I love you anyway. You ever been that fool? I know I have. Okay, here's what got me. You can twerk while in a split. You racking up them tips. Your body rocking, your booty popping. I'm proud to call you my beep. When do we, and I mean women, femme, mass presenting, stud, when did we adopt the word for a female dog to mean something of significance? And why does it have so many meanings? You know, I hear women talking to their best friend, be this, be that. But let a man call you a bee, you're ready to fight. Let a mass presenting woman call you a bee and you're ready to fight. But if they say it in terms of, you know, you're in a relationship, that's a term of endearment. Being called a female dog is a term of endearment. Help me to make it make sense. You know, you're named something for a reason. Now, if you're like me, personally, I don't like my name because it sounds waspy and very Anglo-y, and nothing about my characteristics or my presentation says that, you know, says this name. So I have people call me by my initials. Plus, you know, I played sports and my older brother played sports. So we always were named, you know, by our last name. But because I'm younger, I was Little last name. And I didn't like that either. Now I was told that I was initially named something and that my father didn't particularly care for it, so unbeknownst to my mother, he went and legally changed the name before the birth certificate was official. So I have two names. Now if I had to choose, I would go by my middle name as well. I like my middle name, but again, you know, my first name, ready, Karen. Yeah, and that has connotations these days, and there's nothing about me that says Karen, unless you piss me off being racist or something like that. Then I'm all that with no breaks. But ladies, my sisters, my hearts, you know, people who have paved the way and the people who are going to go after, you know, who are going to carry the mantle. Please stop embracing the B word. Please. And I thank you.